Hello. We're
Hello.
back. We're
Hello.
back. I really needed to go for a wee. I'm sorry. I couldn't wait any longer.
That was a long wee.
That was a long wee.
All right, so actually I'm seeing this question, Megan, I like this question, Megan Martinez. If you were an Olympian, what do you think your sport would be?
Wow. What would my sport be? Don't know. What would yours be?
Obviously, nothing to do with reality for me, but probably a 100-meter runner.
100-meter runner?
I just think it's... Actually, no, too much pressure. It's like 10 seconds of your life every 4 years. I'd pick a team sport because I just think going to the Olympics with a team, what sport would I pick? I'm going to say basketball.
Right. I'm not the most naturally gifted sportsman, so it's a bit of a difficult.
Which one do you choose?
Do you know what I'd be great at? I'd be a great mascot, you know, and dress up in like some sort of outfit, maybe some sort of very camp outfit, and do a dance on the side of the pitch.
Choose a sport.
Choose a sport. Curling.
Curling. There you
I'd be a great, but not the one throwing. I'd be the sweeper.
But there's longevity in that sport. I mean, you can play well into 50s.
Bowls.
Bowls. Come on.
Okay, what else have we got? Hi, Taron and Hugh. Are you both fans of 80s music? Come on, yeah. How can you not be, right?
I'm an 80s kid.
You're an 80s
You were
kid.
born in the 80s. So.
I was born. I mean,
Were you
born
born
in
in the
80s.
80s?
I was born 8 weeks before the 80s ended. I was born in November 1989. Yeah, I love 80s Bowie. So, like, you know, Golden Years and Fame and all
absolutely.
that.
I love it all. That's my era. So I grew up in Australia going to all the concerts. 80s. They always say that the music you love the most is basically your teenage years, because that's when you really discover and music kind of becomes an extension of what you like and who you are. So for me, 80s is great. And when I saw the film actually with my 15-year-old, he brought about 5 of his mates. And at one point, one of the guys yells out, "This 80s music," and I was like, he goes, "It's so cool." And I was like, all right, we're cool again for a second.
Yeah. And Hall & Oates, which features in the movie, was one of my favourite songs before we made it, when we were doing the training montage.
Who were on tour.
Who were on tour.
Coming to Madison Square Garden. I think I'm going to go and see him.
Very exciting.
Yeah. What was the most difficult and most fun scene to shoot?
Difficult, most fun scene to shoot. So, I know it's a bit boring, and I'm obviously...
Montage.
So, yeah, I was just going to say, the Hall & Oates, that montage where Hugh reluctantly starts to train me in his workshop with, you know, the stuff where we're walking on the logs and we're jumping. Yeah. That was great fun to shoot. We just had a really fun time.
There was a couple of really hairy things in there, actually. I was really impressed with how you did that.
What
One of jumping on the ropes. There's 2 long ropes that go the length of the garage.
I'm a very graceful man, you know. I can deal with things like that.
You're right. Ballet dancer. I like it. Oh, this is a good one.
What's that?
Stellar song.
Stellar song. For both of you, you guys sing very well. Who sings better? Hugh, Taron. Sorry for the silly question. It's not a silly question at all. No, and Hugh's being very, very...
No, I'm not. I'm honest. I'm okay. He's an unbelievable singer, and he sings non-stop, right, the whole time.
Yeah, I do.
On set.
I irritate my friends, and I sing on set, and we found that we knew some of the same songs and stuff, so we'd kind of sing little strains of music in between takes.
Am I allowed to tell? I don't know if we're allowed to tell the little Easter egg.
Why not? We'll tell them that at least.
A little Easter egg at the end, because it's an 80s movie, and so Matthew Vaughn reached out to get some new songs as well as, you know, use existing songs. So a bunch of bands sent in material, and one of them was OMD, Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark, right? And they
with Gary Barlow, right?
With Gary Barlow, and they wrote this song, and then they said to us, "Do we want to sing it?" So Taron sings the lead. So at the credits, that very first song is called "Thrill Me." Come on, thrill me.
That one.
That one. I'm singing back up. He's singing lead. Yeah. And he absolutely nailed it.
Oh, well,
absolutely nailed it.
So when at the end of the movie, where I'm on the shoulders and I'm holding Hugh's hand, when the music starts up and the credits roll, that's it's a bit of a secret, really, but we're going to tell you anyway. That's me and Hugh singing.
That's a Facebook scoop.
That's a Facebook scoop.
Moving
Exclusive.
on. Moving on. Your choice.
So my choice is okay. Describe the film in 3 words. Is that a good one from Brooke Walsh?
Uplifting.
Uplifting.
Inspiring. Oh, that's.
I hope so.
Uplifting. Funny.
Uplifting, funny, and I don't know. I hope it's quite touching.
Touching. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, these 2 characters kind of find their way at the end.
Yeah.
It's not really for us to say because we made it, but I mean,
Outstanding.
Exceptional.
Incredible. Unforgettable.
featuring 2 very handsome, maybe not. I don't know.
Were there any near-death experiences while filming? Any accidents?
No, but wow, not for us, but for some of the ski jumpers, they did some amazing things. The most death-defying I got, I can't claim, guys, to what someone else has asked whether we did any real ski jumping, but the thing about ski jumping is you have to have done it from the age of 5 every day. They do it come rain or shine, and you know they do it even when there's not much snow. So we didn't do any real ski jumping.
Daniel Day-Lewis would have done it.
Daniel Day-Lewis would have done it. Daniel Day-Lewis would have done it.
He would have.
And
Yeah.
someone would have given him an Oscar. But what I did do was I went at the very top of the 90 metres. They tied a rope to me at the back of my neck on a harness, and I went down the first sort of 10 metres of the in-run, and then they had this sort of rickety net there, and a couple of big German stuntmen to catch me, and that was pretty scary.
Yeah, just sitting up there is kind of crazy. I actually fancied I thought, maybe I'd do a jump, maybe a 40-metre jump. It is crazy town. It is, and the slope, which of course just looks like snow, is really ice. Yeah. So that then when they hit it, they can go smoothly down. So if you make a mistake there, and people die in that sport every year, it's really a crazy sport, and it makes it even more amazing what Eddie did.
Absolutely.
Next one.
What else have we got?
Oh.
What else have we got?
What made you do the movie? What inspires you about the real Eddie the Eagle?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
thanks, Teresa.
Thank you very much, Teresa. What made me do the movie? Well, aside from being unemployed, I loved the story. When I read about the story, it was, as you say, incredibly inspiring, and he was such a, for my part, he was such a characterful looking bloke that it was a bit of a challenge to kind of try and morph into him a little bit. And why was he inspiring? I mean, because he did this thing when everyone told him he couldn't and shouldn't.
Now, you guys have seen the film, but I was trying to rack my brains. I was talking with the director, Dexter Fletcher, of who out there right now could play the lead in Kingsman and then the lead in Eddie the Eagle. I don't think there's anyone out there who can do it. He's phenomenal, as you guys know.
Oh, thank you very much.
Alexandra, I like this. Dimitru, first thought that crossed your mind when you met each other, be honest.
Wow. That crossed your mind when we met each other.
Wow.
I think Hugh was very tall. I was struck by how tall he was. And also, you know, Hugh's got a very, very famous reputation for how kind and lovely he is, and he shook my hand vigorously and told me how much he'd enjoyed Kingsman, and that was lovely. I would love to give you a bit of dirt and say he was very rude and horrid, but unfortunately, no, he was lovely.
First thing that came to mind. Trying to remember when we did that audition, right?
Yeah, we did a screen test, didn't we? We did a few of the scenes.
Open-hearted, effervescent, like you were full of life and funny.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and Welsh.
And Welsh, yeah. What else have we got in here? So, do you see any of yourselves in the characters you played in this film? If yes, what traits, characteristics? This is from Felicity Sapphire, which is a lovely name.
I play a washed-up, drunken, sort of has-been.
Yeah.
Enough said.
I think I don't know really. I think Eddie is. Eddie's a very, you know, our version of Eddie's a very pure soul. He doesn't drink or party, or I'm probably a little bit more debauched than Eddie is, but Is there any?
Courageous. You're courageous. You have it. You have
That's
a
a
go
lovely
stuff.
thing to say. I hope that I'm quite a determined person.
Are you a thrill seeker like Eddie?
No, that's the biggest difference. I'm a wimp. I'm a bit of a coward.
So not a
No.
roller coaster guy.
No.
No.
I've done like some cliff jumping into water before.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean nothing too death defying, but fairly high up. I mean that was when I was a kid. I'd probably be too scared to do it now.
Do you use music? We're okay.
Sorry, we're okay. We're
good.
on low battery. We've got some time left. Dexter Fletcher, our wonderful director, bought me an old Walkman tape deck and an 80s compilation with all sorts of sort of Cyndi Lauper and 80s hits to get into the mood and the feel of the time, which was great. But I mean, possibly not for something like this movie. I think sometimes when you can have to do a scene which is very sad or emotional, I think music can sometimes help.
Yeah.
To make you feel upset. Or
I kind of based my character on a guy called Ginger Baker, who was, if you haven't seen the documentary Beware Mr. Baker, I think it's called, who was a famous drummer from like the 70s and was a complete madman. You've got to see that doco. It's amazing. And so I would listen to that and sort of sometimes get into that kind of music. But I like listening to music for characters. It helps me a lot. Yeah.
What is your most favourite scene? Well, as I said, I think we both really enjoyed. Sorry, guys,
Yes.
I'm having technical difficulties here. We both really enjoyed shooting the montage, but there are some scenes that I think I really enjoy watching in the movie. I love. Do you know what? Although it's not the most pleasant scene in the movie, I really enjoy the scene where Bronson, Peary, and Eddie actually fall out and have their argument and their friendship's a bit tested. It was it's kind of probably the most dramatic and least it's not a comedic scene, and there's lots of funny bits in the movie. I hope I love that, and obviously for those of you who have seen it, the final jump of the movie.
Yeah.
I think what Dexter's done there and how it's edited together with all of the music and all of the cuts to the different characters we meet across the course of the movie. It is a spine-tingle moment. I love that.
If there's anybody who hasn't seen the movie, the ski jumping footage is amazing because when you see it for real, it's so spectacular.
Yeah.
And it's really great. It's worth seeing on the big screen. We had these two Romanian jumpers who are kind of crazy, and most jumpers are very, very particular if it's a 4 mile per hour wind. We're not jumping, but these guys are like, we'll jump. And we had one scene to shoot the jump. One guy went directly behind, like a second after, or a half second after. So one guy goes down, and the second guy behind had a camera strapped to him. But because he was heavier with the camera, and because he was in the slipstream, and the guy warmed up the ice, he sped up quickly. So actually, when they took off, the guy behind literally overtook him in the air, touched him on the shoulders, and went past mid-air on a 90-meter jump. I mean, and that footage is in the movie. It's kind of spectacular.
It's amazing what they did with all that. Yeah.
Lars Amanda Rodriguez asked me Hugh was Taron fun to work with. So, yes. Now, obviously, I get a question like this. I got Taron here. I'm always going to say yes, right? So don't trust me. We both work with a dialect coach, one of the greatest guys in the business, called Jess Platt. He's been around forever. I've worked with him on 25 movies. And at the end of the movie, he said to me, he goes, man, I've never seen you laugh so much on a film. Like, it seemed you had more fun on this film than ever. And that was mainly because of this guy. He's hilarious, brilliantly talented, and it's just super easy. I mean, makes it easier than I feel it is for me. And I've done certainly more movies than Taron. So, yeah, thanks for the question.
The feeling couldn't be more mutual.
Mate, that was a question for Hugh. It wasn't a question for
Sorry, am I jumping on Hugh's question? Whoa! Okay. Hey,
You could answer that one. How brilliant is Hugh? That one.
Hey, how brilliant? That's not a real question, guys.
Hey, Taron.
Hugh Jackman made that up there. He is brilliant.
How is
Taron,
Eddie different than Eggs? No.
Hey, Taron, how is Eddie different than Eggsy? And that is from no,
Go on.
and that is from Tiana Kupinski. I think
Great name again.
Tiana Kupinski, great. Yeah. I presume you haven't seen the movie, but Eggsy's a very sort of self-assured, cocky, streetwise person who is kind of, got a bit of swagger and is kind of aware of himself, whereas Eddie is is not like that at all. I suppose, you know, crudely put, Eddie's a bit more of a geek than Eggsy is, really. He's a bit more socially awkward. Not the real Eddie, you understand. I mean, our version of Eddie. So yeah, they're kind of different in that sense. But that was really, really, really fun for me to try and play with.
Chinna Roberts.
Jenna
Roberts asked, "What's your favourite memory during filming?"
Favourite memory during
There's so many. We laughed a lot, but I have to say, when we did the scene with Christopher Walken.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I mean, it's just, I don't care who you are. You're on a set and Christopher Walken comes in here, he worked 2 or 3 days on the film.
Yeah.
That's a moment you never forget. And he was just so cool and relaxed and prepared in every way. He was just a real pro. Yeah.
That would be mine too, I think.
Yeah.
What else have we got? We've got you drinking milk cans. I just always loved it. Hugh Jackman and Taron Egerton. How much milk had to be consumed during this movie? My husband and I just saw it and loved it. Well, I consumed a fair bit, yeah, a fair bit. But I've now got very strong bones. Very strong bones from all the calcium.
Yeah. Thanks, Kimberly. I didn't. Mine was more whiskey.
His was whiskey.
Iced tea.
Yeah.
Iced tea.
What else have we got in there? What else have we got?
Thanks for bringing it.
We're just scrolling.
We're scrolling. Are there any other ones?
Yeah, we could do the Sundance.
Sundance question. Sundance has given us a question. Thanks for bringing the movie to our secret townie screening tonight, which is happening
shortly.
In an hour. We're thrilled to be able to show it to the town of Park City. We'd love to show it again to our Sundance Festival attendees as well. Can you guys make that happen?
Well,
I'm not sure I can, but he's got a lot of power.
Hugh has no sway around here. I call the shots.
We can make that happen.
We can definitely. I think we make that happen.
Yeah,
of course we can.
there are
It would be
nods.
fantastic if the Sundance attendees would like to see our movie. Then we are incredibly proud of
Yeah.
it, and we'd love to share it with them. I'm sure that's doable.
And it's a
That'd be
real
great.
crowd movie. It's definitely one to take with your family, see with your mates.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's got that feel. So, yeah, we'd love to show it
And
again and again.
and I think it's fair to say that we've had some children watch the movie and who've really connected with it, enjoyed it as well. I think it's a family movie. So
I agree.
So do take buddies and family and things to see it.
All right, guys, we have to get you guys to the townie.
We've got to go to the townie screening.
We're going to the townie screening. But guys, it was really great to talk to you.
And thank you for your brilliant questions. And thank you for lots of people have said how much they enjoyed the movie. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Please do tweet and tell everyone about it on your various social media platforms, because we are so proud and excited of it, and we really want everyone to see it. So
Couldn't have said it better. But thanks for going. It was great for you guys to see the movie. Tell everyone.
thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.